This just in, Brock Lesnar has been spotted with a brand new look, and fans want to know if this is a sign that Brock Lesnar will never wrestle ever again. Welcome to Wrestling News Now, everybody. Let's go ahead and get into today's news story. Brock Lesnar has not been seen in WWE for well over a year, and many fans are hoping that Brock Lesnar will be returning to WWE very soon, and they hope that Brock will be back for SummerSlam 2021. But sadly, it looks like Brock Lesnar has no plans to return anytime soon because, as you see in this photo, Brock Lesnar was actually spotted a couple of weeks ago out in public with long hair, a big beard, and glasses. It's a very shocking photo because Brock Lesnar, he looks nothing like the old Brock Lesnar. And then a couple weeks later, Brock Lesnar actually was spotted once again. But this time, Brock was filming a YouTube video with two guys who Brock is very good friends with in real life. And in this video, we saw that Brock had somewhat trimmed his beard, and also that his hair now is somewhat different, but he has it in a ponytail. Now, obviously, from the looks of it, Brock has no interest in wrestling ever again. Now, he still looks to be in very good shape. He still works out. And Brock actually just turned 44 years old. But fans really do want to know, is this true? Is Brock not returning? Is this new look that Brock currently has, does it mean that he's given up on wrestling? He doesn't want to wrestle ever again, and that's why he doesn't look like the old Brock Lesnar, because he has no plans to come back. But there have been rumors over the past month that WWE has been in talks with Brock Lesnar to return as soon as SummerSlam 2021. Of course, Brock Lesnar, if he does somehow make a deal with WWE, he can just cut his hair, shave the beard, all that. Everything can go back to normal. But from the looks of it right now, Brock doesn't look to be in too much of a hurry to get back into the ring. Now, another thing that I haven't talked about yet is that there were some plans that were recently leaked about Brock Lesnar returning. These plans would include Brock wrestling at SummerSlam 2021. And surprisingly, though, it would not be against the current WWE champion, because rumor has it that Bobby Lashley will not be the WWE champion going into SummerSlam 2021. Because there are rumors that Drew McIntyre is actually going to win the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. And then, in the WWE title match later that night at Money in the Bank, Kofi Kingston is actually rumored to defeat Bobby Lashley for the championship. And then after the match, Drew McIntyre will cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase on Kofi Kingston and win the title. And then the next part of this plan will include Drew McIntyre defending the title against Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. So then the plan goes on to say that Brock will defeat Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam 2021, which is rumored to be a very big show, and it's actually rumored to feature The Rock returning to WWE with a special guest appearance. Now, this plan was leaked a few days ago. Things change all the time, so you have to take this report with a grain of salt. If this report is true about Brock returning, then maybe this means that when Brock does return, he will have this current look that he has. And maybe this is just, Brock got tired of his old look and he wanted to change things up. I think another part of this is that because Brock has been at home so much over the past year, he hasn't really had the time to get out and cut his hair, trim his beard, or shave his beard entirely. So by the time we see Brock Lesnar back on WWE TV, if that ever happens, he may look like the Brock Lesnar of old with the short haircut and no beard. So now I just want to ask the question, should Brock Lesnar even return? Does WWE need Brock Lesnar right now? Is the company in such a bad way right now that they need Brock Lesnar? To a certain extent, I have to say yes. Over the course of the last few months, the popularity of WWE has gone down a lot. The TV ratings have fallen a lot, and one of the things that also has been discussed recently is the fact that these upcoming live events, upcoming Raws and SmackDowns with fans, the tickets have not sold very well. So if WWE wants to help ticket sales, having Brock Lesnar on an episode of Raw, on a pay-per-view, that would definitely help interest, and it may just help interest overall. It may even help out the house shows, the live events as well, because it would just create renewed interest in wrestling. But because Brock Lesnar is such a huge star, even though he hasn't wrestled for a year and a half, he's been completely out of the spotlight. He's basically been in hiding. I think having Brock Lesnar come back to the company would be a huge thing for WWE, and if they can pull it off this year and have Brock Lesnar return in 2021, if this did happen, it would most certainly be one of the biggest news stories of the year. There are a lot of fans who believe that Brock is done. Brock will never come back. But I disagree. I think that Brock is just waiting for the right time, and obviously he's probably waiting for the right amount of money to return as well. And then the final thing I want to say about Brock Lesnar, if he does return, I'm not sure if him being champion is a great idea for the long term. Now, if it is going to be only for a couple of months where he'll win it at SummerSlam, drop it at Survivor Series, that would be the best option, because we have fans now back in arenas for WWE. Why would you want to have the WWE champion sitting at home only wrestling at pay-per-views, appearing on TV every once in a while? Now's the time to have your WWE champion appearing on TV every single week, wrestling on the show every single week. So that is another issue that we may have to come across if Brock Lesnar does actually return and win the WWE Championship. If Brock does actually return, which is completely unknown right now, will he return by himself without a manager, or will he return with Paul Heyman? Now, this creates a bizarre situation where we may have Paul Heyman managing Roman Reigns on SmackDown and have Paul Heyman manage Brock Lesnar on Raw. That's it for today, everybody. Let me know what you think about Brock Lesnar's new look, and do you think Brock Lesnar will ever return to WWE? And do you actually want Brock Lesnar to return to WWE? Leave a comment and give me your opinion. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notification so you don't miss our next video.